Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk at just a couple of minutes past 8 o'clock. I was about to go live, and the Storm Prediction Center hit the button and triggered a tornado watch for Central Florida, so I had to run and do a couple of prep things, so I apologize for the delay. But nevertheless, we are here, and you can see in the bottom left corner of your screen, Central Florida is under a tornado watch. Here's a look at that map, including all of our Central Florida counties, a tornado watch running until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now, what is a tornado watch? A tornado watch simply means that conditions are there that we could get severe weather in terms of rotating storms. So this is going to be a situation where we are going to have to watch things very, very carefully today. We have been discussing this for days and days and days, and here we are, severe weather moving into Central Florida. What's going on? Here's a look at the broader perspective. You can see there's a cold front marching our direction. This is the same cold front that had been moving through Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. It has produced devastating results. There have been several lives lost. There have been injuries and businesses, homes damaged. This same line is now moving into our area, and because of that, obviously there is concern of severe weather. So today we want you to be weather aware, and we have called today a weather impact day. All right, we're going to be talking all about local impacts. We're going to be talking about timing, making sure you know exactly what to expect coming up today on Coffee Talk. Let's just look outside live and see what's doing. And, well, that's kind of interesting that she routed that there. First warning live Doppler radar. That's what that is. I was trying to show you a tower cam. But at any rate, temperatures out the door are in the 70s. Let's get right over to our first warning live Doppler radar. Okay, there's that tornado watch box posted. For our area, there's just a few showers. Let me come up to Marion County. I want to illustrate that none of this is severe up here in Marion County. We're watching some nice heavy rains. I'll just check in on the velocity product. Make sure. Yeah, all right, so we're good for now. Just checking on the velocity, we're fine. But that said, while there is rain moving through Marion County now, there will be stronger storms moving in later. As a matter of fact, if we look out to the Gulf of Mexico, that's where we're watching some nasty storms. Let me turn over to our Tampa radar, and this, I think, gives you a better perspective. You always want to use the radar closest to the storms, and geographically speaking, Tampa is closer to those storms than we are, so we're going to tap into our radar there. You see, the storms producing lightning are typically the stronger storms. So just off of the Nature Coast, let's just zoom into these here, and what I want to do is I want to look at the storm relative velocity and see what's doing. And, you know, meteorologists use this mode as a way to really decipher what's going on. And without much analyzation, that little cell right there is spinning. You see the bright green next to the bright red? Those are winds turning in the atmosphere. You don't love to see that impacting your area, certainly, but it's something that we're watching. So let me just lapse this, and based on that motion, you know, if we were to just kind of extrapolate that forward, that's moving over towards Spring Hill, Citrus, Hernando counties, and then eventually perhaps into Sumter County, should it hold its own. Okay? So with that said, it's definitely something that we're watching. Over the course of the day today, it's not just those storms. It's going to be kind of this wide swath of stormy weather. So there's the wider perspective. The good news, when this is done, it's done. The bad news, though, these storms have been consistently overproducing, meaning they have consistently been stronger than they should have been. So again, there's the wide perspective. It's already impacting things at the Orlando International Airport. Departure delays running 30 to 45 minutes. If we look at the big board, there are already 11 delayed flights, okay? And the storms are not even here yet. So when do the storms arrive? I think Sumter, Marion, even into Flagler counties, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, in that range, okay? Lunchtime for the metro area through early afternoon, and then getting into our southernmost spots, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, okay? All right, so that's the timing. There's a lot happening today. I want to make sure to take your questions, so I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to leave this timeline up. Okay, I'm going to take a pause here, and I'm just going to talk some questions. All right, let me scroll through here. Melba, good morning to you. John, good morning. All right, enough of the mornings. I love it, but on a day like today, I want to take weather questions and make sure if you have any, we get you taken care of. All right. Let's see here. Just got a tornado warning, Port Orange. Not a warning, Alicia. A tornado watch. So maybe that's a good point, though. Let's discuss what the differences are between a watch and a warning, okay? Stand by. When you have a million graphics, you got to find the right one. All right, so we are under a tornado watch. A watch means watch out. Essentially, conditions are favorable for development, okay? Conditions are favorable. Looking at the entire scenario, the tornado watch says, watch, guys. We see something here, okay? Be ready to take action if a warning is issued. A tornado warning means that conditions are there, meaning that it's happening, okay? So big points of notice. And another thing, and you know, and I'm not saying that we would see this, but it's always a possibility. When we get into advisories, you've got the tornado watch, okay? Let me drop my little box there. You've got your tornado watch, your tornado warning, and your tornado emergency, okay? Tornado watch, conditions are favorable for development. A tornado warning means it's happening either on Doppler radar or somebody has seen it. And a tornado emergency simply means it's happening and it's moving toward a populated area. We've never had a tornado emergency in Central Florida, not to say that we couldn't. So for most cases, for us, this is kind of the overall idea. And you know what? If you would be so kind, because not everybody's watching us on Coffee Talk, let me just post this to social media. Just give me a few seconds. This is one of those days where you know, we're going to have to just kind of be multifaceted here. But I want to tweet this out. I know I'm live on Facebook, but I just want to make sure to get advanced warning out as is needed. So, a tornado watch has been posted for our area. What does that mean? Conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form. This means the tornado watch means we need to watch out. If a warning is issued, that means it's happening. Be weather aware. Okay. All right. Thank you all. My apologies. Just, it's one of those cases where just want to make sure everybody knows. All right. So we're under a tornado watch. Watch out. Be prepared. Be ready should a tornado warning be issued, should we get into a tornadic situation. Okay? All right. To more questions we go. Alicia, that's a great question. I appreciate that very much. All right. Let's see here. Annie, good morning to you. Kurt's asking about Viera. Yeah, so all of Central Florida has the risk of this happening. Give me a few seconds to get the computer turned around. Just going to open this and save it so it goes to the top of the list so Kellyanne has that to use. All right, Futurecast. So here's our in-house Futurecast model, okay? All right, so there's the stormy weather working into our area by lunchtime. I'm going to back this up. it just went a little fast. All right, so here's 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you see those storms approaching our western areas, getting into the metro around lunchtime, right? And then, yeah, getting into Viera into the early afternoon. Now, Futurecast is keeping most of the dynamics further north. Let's look at the rapid refresh flavor of Futurecast. This is what I've been using a lot recently because it's kind of running, it's a more short-term version of Futurecast, and it runs like every hour. All right, so watch through time, getting into our area around 10 o'clock, excuse me, around 10 o'clock in our northern communities, Marion, Sumter, Lake counties, okay? Getting into the metro around, 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock, nasty storms through 2 o'clock, and then working over toward our eastern spots, Viera, Brevard County, by about 3:30, 4 o'clock, okay? So that's kind of the overall idea in terms of timeline. Sound good so far? Yeah? Here's our forecast for the day ahead, and now because of this scenario, we've upgraded today, because we're now under a tornado watch, we've upgraded today to a first warning weather day, meaning that there is a higher likelihood of damaging weather, of dangerous weather, okay? So these next couple of hours, that's kind of where we're at. You see those panels turned red. That makes total sense. We're in that mode, okay? All right, more questions. Thoughts on the after-work commute today in Manatee and DeSoto counties? I would say after work, as long as after work is a normal work day, you should be fine. Those showers and thunder showers will be south of our area. All right, let's see here. What time is the rain going to start in the Winter Park area? Should I get the kids from school early? It's definitely going to be right around normal dismissal. And as I understand it, Seminole County's already in an early dismissal mode, Sonia. So, I would say this. If it's not difficult to get them early, it's not a bad idea because it's going to be moving through the metro area, which is Winter Park, right around that time frame. So yeah, if it's not difficult for you, it's not a bad idea. The radar line I saw looked like a thin line coming through Lake. Should I deli that one? I have no idea what you mean. I apologize. Kate Cannon says kids are planning a trip to SeaWorld today. I guess they should stay home. I mean, they could go after the line moves through, or they just go, and then when the storms get there, just go stand inside. It's not like it's an all-day severe weather threat. There's going to be the threat of severe weather, and then it moves through. All right, and you can kind of see that loop in the bottom left corner, but like let's just look at the line itself, right? Like there's the line of storms. It's going to move through. There's going to be showers, and then it's going to get nasty. So it's not like it's going to be an all-day kind of thing. So, if they want to go, they can go. Just know that, like, at some point, we're going to need to go inside, get into shelter, just so that we're good and safe, okay? But a tornado watch is posted. I mean, these storms today very well may get feisty. How strong are the winds are we talking with tornado? Tiffany, I wouldn't say that it's going to be an EF5, but could we get 60, 70 mile per hour winds? Could we get 100 mile per hour winds in a tornado? These are possibilities. Tornadoes can ramp up very, very quickly, and so that's always a worry. How much of the area are we expecting tornado watches? Brian, every one of Central Florida's counties, Marion, Flagler, Volusia Lake, Sumter, Seminole, Orange, Brevard, Osceola, Polk counties, all under the tornado watch. All of us. Does that answer the question? Yeah, all of us under a tornado watch. Richard, add me, buddy. I'm new to the area. Facebook, troll. I'm in listening mode. All right, very good, Becca. Just be safe today. All right, questions. Let's see here. Yvette, I heard yesterday the probability of straight line winds were likely today as well. Is this still a possibility with the tornado watch? Yes. Think of the tornado watch as step up. So you've got your severe thunderstorm watch, meaning severe thunderstorms are possible, and then you've got your tornado watch. They issue the tornado watch because the dynamics are there for a tornado, but you're also talking about severe thunderstorms in that, right? So yeah, that's absolutely the case. Absolutely still the case. When it comes to severe threats, let's just look at today. We are under a level 2 risk for strong to severe storms, and the Storm Prediction Center has expanded this threat across all of Central Florida, meaning that all of us are slightly elevated even over yesterday. Brevard was a bit lower yesterday. Scattered. So as the line moves through, isolated meaning like 1 or 2. Scattered meaning several. Numerous meaning a whole lot, and widespread meaning widespread. Yesterday, it was a level 4 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms. Today, it's a level 2. So that threat has gone down. Thank goodness for us. It's still there, though, and I think that's the important thing to take away, right? There's still that threat for strong to severe storms. So here's how it's playing out in our neighborhoods, okay? In terms of timing. While we're still taking questions, I'm just going to kind of cycle through graphics there in a corner to make sure that everybody's up to date. Let's see here. Will the storms be gone by this evening? Daesh is asking. Yes. It's good to see you, Daesh. It's been a long time. Yes. That is the idea, is that by tonight, we may have some lingering showers, but the severe threat, the threatening weather will be south of us. Steve, can radar tell if a radar-indicated tornado has touched down? So, to a certain point, yes. So, Doppler radar, as we know it, okay, looks for rain and looks for wind. This case in point, here's our live radar. I'll tap into the Tampa radar, okay? Now, what Doppler radar has the ability to do... we're going to get busy here, aren't we? What Doppler radar has the ability to do is to... Jesus. That's a water spout. It has the ability to look inside at the wind. And I could tell you that is a water spout. If that was ashore, that would be a tornado, more than likely. What we look at when it comes to... And again, this is offshore, so we're not, overly concerned about it. But if this stays this well put together when it comes ashore, that is a huge concern. So what you're looking for is the red. That's wind going in one direction. Okay, here, let's illustrate that. Red, wind going in one direction. Come on. Lag, lag, lag. All right, red, wind going in one direction. Green, wind going in another direction. And when you get the two of them so closely knit, right there, that is super tight circulation, okay? Again, this is over water, but this cell in particular is probably why the Storm Prediction Center was like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and issue a tornado watch. That is an incredibly powerful storm system, very much producing a water spout. So one new feature that we have is, in technical terms, it's called the correlation coefficient. We call it the debris tracker. This is it. What it does is it looks, instead of, with the advent of dual polarization, we can look at radar in the horizontal and in the vertical. And now we can look at the size of the particles that the radar is scanning, okay? The red that you see there, that's water, that's rain. If this is a confirmed tornado over land, you're going to see a blue or a yellow dot, like dot. And what that is that would be the Doppler radar saying, hey, there's stuff in here that's not rain. Look at that thing. That is a wicked little cell. I'm really glad that that's not over land yet, but I also know it's moving toward land. So let me just loop the radar. Yeah. Spring Hill eventually getting into Sumter County. If that holds together, Sumter, Marion County, if that holds together, that's going to be a thing. That's going to be a thing for us today. And that's why we have called today now a first warning weather day. Potentially dangerous weather is moving our direction. we don't want to cry wolf on this, right? Like we've been saying it's a weather impact day. Like this weather is going to impact your plans. It's going to be bad enough that it's going to impact your plans. But today, as it's getting closer to us, we went ahead and called it a first warning weather day. Our confidence was low up until now that this is going to be an actual concerning event, okay? So that's where we're at. Now, we discussed how our entire area is under level 2 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms. Let's break down the impacts across Central Florida, okay? These have also grown. We're not really concerned with a hail situation today, but for tornadoes and damaging winds, I would say that there's a medium concern for damaging winds on both tornadoes and on straight line damaging winds. All right? Should I be worried about my solar panels that just got installed on my roof? No. Nancy, they if they did it right, you don't need to worry about that. If they did it right. All right, more questions. I'm way behind. How strong are the winds? We'll get winds of 40, 50 miles an hour plenty, but some of these cells are going to get up to 60 mile per hour winds, which would prompt severe thunderstorm warnings. And that certainly is damaging. That certainly is dangerous. Yeah. All right. Thank goodness my Christmas party is tomorrow. It'll be chilly but dry. Yeah, the weather tomorrow is looking very, very fine. It's today that is of concern. All right. Nick's asking about the Punta Gorda area. So the tornado watch posted for Central Florida, but it does work down to your area. Yeah. Here's a look. It does include northern side there of Charlotte Harbor. So yeah. But for me, and again, I cover Central Florida. For me, the tornado watch is in effect for our area, and that certainly is what we are going to be tracking. Okay? Is a storm gaining strength in the Gulf? No, it's probably losing a little. I mean, if we're looking at honesty, it certainly is losing a little bit just because it's moving further and further away from its parent storm system. But instead of widespread tornadoes and severe weather, we're just going to have scattered strong to severe storms. It's still impactful, still 100% impactful. Yeah. Don, you as well. Having little wind gusts in Orlando, time to close the patio umbrella. Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, it's gray at my house. I don't really have anything loose outside, and I do that by design. But if I had a patio umbrella, I'd be taking it down, or pulling it down today. All right. We just got back from New York City last night, back to the crazy Florida weather. Oh, for sure. For sure. What time can Sebring expect this? So here's kind of the overall idea on our timeline. And this is going to be adjusted as is needed, right? As the storm system itself moves in, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, our northern areas, and then getting into the metro area by about lunchtime through the afternoon, our southern spots into the mid-afternoon, we'll say. All right? Question, Tina says. I know we're talking local weather currently, but can you do a farther out view eventually, Tina, when there's not a tornado watch posted? I'll take care of you, but I'm going to focus on this for now. All right? All right. So, any other questions, people? Marcy says, doing some classes with the Grands in Oviedo this morning. What do you see? I mean, for now, it's cloudy and breezy, but I would say midday you're going to want to be somewhere. All right? You're going to want to be somewhere. There's the timeline right there on your screen. All right? Kelly, yes, the temperatures are going to be falling, so let's take a look at our 7-day forecast and go over the overall idea here, okay? So for today, we've called it a first warning weather day because that severe weather risk is there and the confidence continues to grow. We don't do that all the time. We don't do that unless the confidence is there for a truly dangerous situation, and that's where we're at. Okay? Then for tomorrow, temperatures are kind of going to be falling through the day as the skies are clear and we're pushing in the cooler, drier air. Then this weekend, it's chilly and it's rainy. Saturday morning should be okay. Saturday afternoon, evening, overnight, rain. Sunday morning, rain. Then things clear out. Okay, and then into next week, we'll kind of watch a nice Monday. Storm system brings more moisture in Tuesday. Nice Wednesday, Thursday. And then frankly, looking Friday, Saturday into Christmas Eve, Christmas time frame, it's going to get cold. Computer model data, and I haven't prepped this, so of course it's not at all set up. Give me a minute here. Stand by. I'm going to just pull up real quick. I'm going to pull up the GFS temperatures. And I'll be honest, I have not looked that up today yet. But let's just look at the American GFS model for Christmas Day. If it wasn't a severe weather day, I would have had this prepped for you. If you're new to Coffee Talk, on severe weather days, we're just kind of rolling through. Holy cannoli. That's Christmas. Oh my God. That's Christmas Eve morning, according to the American GFS, 20s and 30s. Christmas Eve afternoon, 40s and 50s for highs. And then Christmas morning, 30s and 40s for lows. Okay. So there's that. Definitely interesting. All right. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, my friends, while we continue to discuss this. Again, tornado watch is what we are under. A tornado watch means we need to be watching the severe threat today. A tornado warning means we may need to take action. And if the warning is issued for your neighborhood, that means you got to get inside and hide. Put as many walls as you can between you and the outside, okay? So let's talk a little bit about what to do if a tornado warning is issued, okay? Here's the overall idea. Where is my safe room? Hold on. I loaded the wrong version. There we go. Where is my safe room? In Central Florida, we don't have basements, right? So your safe room is going to be in the room most center of your house or your apartment. Under stairs closet. No windows, right? If you're in an upper floor, it's just as interior as you can away from exterior walls. Because in a situation like a tornado warning, where there's a tornado heading for your house, what you want to do is basically use your home, whatever that is, as a barrier. If you're in a mobile home, certainly that's not the best place to be. But in that case, if it's literally like, holy crud, there's a tornado coming. Tony Manalfi's saying it's on my street. I can't go anywhere. Honest to God, your bathtub. Crouch into your bathtub. If you have nowhere else to go, your bathtub is your place to go, okay? That's the overall idea, all right? It's not perfect in a mobile home. That's not at all our desire. But if it's what you got, it's what you got, okay? Manufactured homes, tiny homes, not your favorite place. What you really want is a sturdy building if you can. But of course, if you're caught off guard, I want to make sure you know. If you've got enough time and you're in a mobile home or another type of thing, bathtub and throw that mattress over top of you. I know this sounds dramatic, right? But I'm not hyping. I mean, this is just the overall, this is the idea. This is the reality of things. Okay? So, for what it's worth, my friends. All right? Any other questions, comments, concerns? How can we track the cells, Megan's asking? So you can head over to wesh.com/radar. Our live radar is there and available to you. All right? And that's a tool that that updates every minute. It's a great tool. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, Murray, bike helmet can protect your head. Look, if a tornado's hitting you, you're doing anything you can to survive. And I had just read a statistic somewhere that 98% of tornadoes are survivable if you take the proper precautions. Megan says, thank you. I'm terrified of storms. Megan, we're going through this together, okay? We're going to be okay. This is not going to be the only threat of severe weather this year. I promise you, we're going to be okay. Just know what you need to do. Think about your day. Just know what you need to do if you find a tornado moving towards you. And this is not to scare you, but preparation, okay? Preparation. Was that thunder I just heard already in Flagler County? Let's come over to our first warning live Doppler radar and check in on it, shall we? I don't want anybody scared. I just want us prepared. Big difference. All right, here's our live radar in Flagler County. I don't see any lightning anywhere near you. There's rain moving in. Same thing for Marion County. There's some rain moving in. Now, there is this thunderstorm that's just outside of Williston, just outside of Marion County. You're seeing our radar look a little scratchy. We've got it in a severe mode, and that's just, we kind of sacrifice a little reflectivity to get better velocity data. Let me tell you, though, that's got a little something there we're seeing. There's Tampa's radar. It's kind of in a range folding area, interestingly enough, that doesn't see it. There's Jack's. All right. Listen, our radar does see a little bit of rotation. Same thing with Jacksonville. So let me tell you something. If you're here in Marion County, North Marion, let me put a storm track on this. All right. About 31 miles an hour. I'm just going to put a storm track on this. All right, here. Put a track on this cell as it works over towards Citra and Anthony. So Fellowship at 911, okay? Reddick, 924. Vanguard High School, 929. And Citra at 936. Friends, if you live in these areas, this is a cell that's at least starting to show some signs of rotation. All right, so definitely something we are going to need to monitor very, very closely. All right? All right, so that's it. I'm going to be posting through the day, and if need be, I will be live on our social channels, okay? All right, be the sunshine in someone else's day, friends. Stay weather aware. Talk to y'all later.